Okay, right away. It's evening time, and today it's my second video. And the topic that is about the capital punishment. Let me familiarize you with the topic. And so, very firstly, capital punishment, that means giving the punishment to someone who has done the heinous crime, and capital punishment that is of different sorts. And very firstly, you know what? Capital punishment that consists of giving the death penalty to someone, and even to give the sentence to life in prison, and very thirdly to give the shock electric shock to someone, and fourthly to just gunshot to someone. These are the capital punishments. And very firstly, you know what, according to me, in the years, in the olden years, people they used to get the punishment, these sorts of punishments, and even quite rather badly. And in one sense, you know what, according to me, earlier the people they used to be quite unphilanthropist, unhumane, uncompassionate as well. But now, you know what, these punishments have declined a lot, and I myself got unaware about the reason behind that. But according to me, capital punishments they shouldn't be abolished at all. As very firstly, if the capital punishments would be abolished, so the people they would become quite much they would become quite much careful about the fact that they would be not getting the punishment, and so they would be encouraged and motivated to do with these same sort of activities like the heinous crimes. And so, you know what, in return, the heinous crimes they would be enhanced and intensified up to a great extent. And according to me, for seizing them, for stopping them, and for declining them up to a certain extent, capital punishments they shouldn't be abolished at all. And as according to me, these would pose fear in the minds of the criminals. That's the fact. And so the people they would not try to catch up on the heinous crimes. Moreover, capital punishment that is pretty much good, but in some of the countries, very firstly in a couple of countries, I know well versed about those. The very first named Italy, and second named Holland. These countries never try to give the death penalty to any criminal, and you know what? These are a couple of countries, try their level best to firstly brood over the to give firstly, according to me, to just forgive, to give the forgiveness to the criminals, and even to try that the criminals they should mend their ways. And furthermore, these are a couple of countries try their level best to have mercy on the criminals, as if these countries would try to have the mercy on the people, and so the criminals they, according to me, in one sense they would just try to just mend their ways, and even they would try to catch up on the good deeds, and they would try to just do something for the good of the society, for the good of the nation, for the development of their own country as well. And furthermore, according to me, if heinous crimes would be seized up to a certain extent, so the corporal punishment, even the capital punishment, that that too should be declined up to a certain extent. Let it be. And furthermore, according to me, there are sizable and innumerable types of people, sorts of people, and so according to me, they some are good in nature. On the contrary, some are evil-minded, some are malicious and obnoxious in nature, and so they just try their level best to just catch up on the heinous crimes. And furthermore, according to me, due to that fact, the capital punishment that should be given to these sorts of people. You know what? if the if the people would not try to just catch up on the heinous crimes, so according to me, something would force them inwardly to catch up on the heinous crimes on the regular basis. And that something is composed of the property related fact, economical economical related fact, financial related fact, business related fact. Like business, that for instance, according to me, a couple of brothers they have been running a shop, and that shop is of robes, selling the stuffs, attires, wardrobes to the people. And so, according to me, if one brother named A, second brother named B, So if the shop of A that has been running in a quite good flow, smooth flow, on the contrary, if the shop of the B, brother B, that has not been running in a quite good flow, in one sense that has been running in a quite tragic and terrible manner, and so B would turn violent. B would try the level best to just take revenge on A1, so that in return his shop would try to just uplift up to a certain extent, and B, brother B, would try to just earn a lot of money, and even B, brother B, would try to just make the ends meet and even to earn something for the livelihood. Okay, so the fact is that B would try to just cut off brother A, and this is a heinous crime. And so in one sense, due to the business, due to not running of the business in the quite good manner, the heinous crime has taken. That's the fact. And so I know well versed about the property. You know what, the fact is that in a family there are 3 to 4 brothers, and the family that is quite grudgingly, forcibly and reluctantly required to just give the property to all the brothers in the quite equal way and manner. On the contrary, in some places I've seen, even I have observed quite keenly, thoroughly and adequately, that the family that gives the equal amount of property to each and every son, and quite willingly as well, that's the fact. But if the parents are not giving the property to their children in the quite good manner, even in the quite equal amount, so some of the brothers, they would turn violent against others. Even according to me, the big quarrel, the stately quarrel, the grand quarrel that would take place, even one would try to just commit the heinous crimes, or 2 to 3 brothers would try to just commit the heinous crime. That's the fact. So according to me, due to the property, the heinous crime has taken. And so for just declining and seizing the amount of heinous crimes, according to me, the corporal punishment, the capital punishment that should be given, so that people, they would be fully aware of the capital punishment, corporal punishment, and in future years they would not try to commit heinous crimes due to the fear of the government, due to the fear of the rules and regulations which are provided and which are under the constitution as well.